This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. We welcome you. That's the punter, Ethan Evans, to get this started. Off we go from South Philly. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Easy, 63 back.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Once again, it's Barkley. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this one is caught by Pierce. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
180.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind, as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Hey, 73.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on 4th down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
60 Bobcats.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to look for the home run ball. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Teteroa McMillan was the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Ready? Ready?
McMillan comes in motion.
Warrior 70. Broncos. 18, Pioneer. Ready,
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, LA. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Moving to his right. Oh, he overshoots him. Could have been a touchdown. Instead, just goes down as an incompletion. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground,
and they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Hey, Trimmer. Hey, easy. 63, 73.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. Good work there to get this back close to a first down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Going Silver, ready?
Hurts to throw. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. To the goal line and in. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Eagles.
and that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play call just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
Here we go, set. Liking 18. Check, smash, check, 60 ball catch. Dragon 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 7 Pirates, 7 Cup 19, Cup 19.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off by Michael Carter. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. Ely Ringo comes up from the secondary to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Silver, Silver, Silver. Yeti, Yeti. 63, 63.
Now Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A pickup there of 13. Good for an Eagles first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Good, check.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. They're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Great, set.
Hurts. That one complete to Pierce. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the
180.
To throw, Hurts. That is caught side of the end zone. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 2nd TD catch of the season.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. County Lions. Look.
Up the sideline, past midfield. Down the sideline to the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it'll bring up second down.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Here's Hurts. Brought in by the tight end Dallas Goedert. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And they'll throw here with Hurts. He'll get this one complete to Brown. Remember, he had the touchdown catch from last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
At the 49-yard line.
Hey, easy, 63, 63. Hey, 73, 73.
On second down, Hurts. Short throw taken in by Goedert. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's got his man. It's Smith. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. He looks forward for maybe a yard. He's brought down by Kobe Turner. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 9. Throwing is Hurts. The throw here is complete. And he's going to get belted at the end, but he keeps possession of the football. Setting up 1st and goal. Here's Barkley. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Great, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
They'll run the toss with Bigsby. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
3rd and goal for Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Check smash. 60 boxes.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Ready up.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion.
18, tight end. 60 boxes. Ready.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Going up top. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up 3rd down.
Ready. 18 rattle. Hey, smash. Pressure 80.
They'll put a receiver in motion right.
Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates. 70 Rangers. 19 tight.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
Let's go now. Check. Ready.
The third quarter begins with a run. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
Check smash, check smash. Dragon 60.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to the rookie first-round pick. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Read alert, read alert. Check, 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 check. 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Cup 19. Go.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up.
And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Nolan Smith. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year.
70.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you've got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Pioneer. Sixty Bison.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll air it out down the middle. That is brought in. And he will go all the way. Teteroa McMillan. Touchdown, Rams. The extra point is good. And the Rams move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. On first down, it's Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
3rd and short, Hurts will throw. Well, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 4th down.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
They're indeed going. It's Hurts taking a shot downfield for Smith. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. This is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover. And plays like this just shows how special he can be.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game. They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5.
Easy, 63, 63. Good, set. On anyone, huh? Crowd left Yeti.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Eagles. Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Eagles extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
Ready, break. Top rope, let's go. 70 Timberwolves, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 79 Broncos. Dragon 60, Mustang 19. Go.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Makuba. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6. But he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st down and goal at the 3-yard line.
No touch, set. No touch.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On the ready. Empty Cardinal.
They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Now they'll set up to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
To number 38. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. What can they do here on third down and 7?
Hey, Pat. Hook, Buffalo 18. Check, bounce pass, check, bounce, cut 19, cut 19. 60 bounce pass, 60 bounce pass. 19 light.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jahan Campbell.
Well, he's going to have a lot better moments than this one, Mike. You just can't force that throw, not at this level. It's going to cost you more times than not. And for this young rookie, hopefully this is one that he can learn from and not continue to repeat.
Rams 21.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go, set. 18, up, 70, Timberwolves. Ready.
Right back to the air following that pick 6. He's into the clear again. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, LA. His big game continues. 3 touchdowns in this one, and now 15 for the year. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. He'll say no to the extra point. Go for 2.
60, 18, 5 in. Trap 60, trap 60.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the ground is Barkley to start the drive. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
The tackle by Quinton Lake. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
So, from 37, here's second and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. On the move left. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
On third down. Here's Hurts. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
19 tight, 19. Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And he will score again. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a 2-point conversion now.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
69, rig alert, Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy is better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Tiger Hornet. 63, 63.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Catch made there, that's Smith. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Hurts gonna hold on to this one. And he's gonna get 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up 1st downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
And a good run there. It'll get him 5 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Third and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
Results.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
180, 180. Go get him.
They'll throw on 4th down with Hurts. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Kraft. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll come up now for second down.
60. Ready? 18 Cardinal. 19 Dragon 60. Mustang 19. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler. 79 Broncos. Panther 11. Cub 19. Buffalo 18.
Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Ready? 60 Maverick. Panthers 19 sight. 19 70 Rangers. 60 Bobcat. 18 Pioneer.
Back to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards.
First down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Come on. Hey. Cougar 19. Hurt.
They'll stick to the ground. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. Here's second down and 3.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Hey, smash Broncos. Ready?
They'll run. And the Rams are going to have first and goal. Try to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the first down.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Here we go.
Second and goal.
60 Bison.
They'll go down to a knee. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. We'll talk things over before third down. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. So it's a win for the visiting Rams. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson, and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.